Hey everybody, it's Peter from Brantford Kia, and welcome to our live video series. It is Tuesday, November 10th, and today we're looking at the 2021 Kia Soul LX. Now, we're not supposed to say base model in this industry. I'm going to call it a base model. When you watch videos from me, you're going to get it the way it is. So a lot of people say that we don't get a lot of base model vehicles on video. There's not in-depth reviews of them or anything. And part of that is because a guy like me makes his career out of explaining the in-depth technologies. But some of it is just because people think that they don't want to watch that. And I think you probably do want to watch that. So what we're going to do is today we're going to look at the Kia Soul, the LX model. Tomorrow we're going to pull in a Kia Forte, the LX model. So this is part of a two-part series. If it goes well, maybe we'll continue looking at other base model cars. It'll depend on what we have. So here we go. In the next, if you're just joining us and you're not live with us, you can skip ahead to the 3-minute mark that we're going to let our live audience join in. And then at the 3-minute mark, we'll get going with the content. A couple things we're doing differently today, just so you know. We are keeping the doors open. If that becomes a problem with noise, you guys can let me know if you can't hear me, but I think it'll be all right. The other thing we're doing is we're going to keep those doors open, so we may have fellow employees jumping in. Teddy Bear, he's over there. We'll use him later as well. If you want to join us live, I'll show you how to do that right now. You can go over to our YouTube page. All you have to do is refresh the page exactly at 2 o'clock Eastern time, which is what I'm doing right now. And we wait for it because apparently our internet is super fast today. Super fast. This is going well. There we go. All right. And then you will see on our homepage, you can see the live video. So that live video is usually there. If it's not here, just click the videos tab. It'll be the first video. You're looking for the one that says live. It just says live. It used to say live now. Now it says live. Click that. We're probably. There we go. Are we back? We good? Somebody let me know if we're back. I think we're back. Somebody let me know if we're back. Anybody? Yep, froze. Are we back? Okay, good. So what I've done is I've kicked it off our Wi-Fi again because I'm obviously having Wi-Fi issues here. And we are back on, as he said, strong Wi-Fi. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Looks like we're having some Wi-Fi issues just with the loading. So I've got you on my data plan again. And someday the boss is going to have to recoup the cost of this. I'm just kidding. He won't. But, Okay, here we go. 10 seconds to go. No news today for you. We'll talk about news later. Looks like I have some information. And all right, 3 minutes in, here we go. Today we are looking at the Kia Soul LX. This is the 2021 model. It's the very first 2021 model we got in. And I'm going to show it to you simply because you probably won't see us do another video of it. Generally, people move from this to one step up. That's sort of where we see a lot of people go. There are also other options in this price class on our floor. So there's things like the base level Seltos is an option. You can start looking at Fortes in the option, both hatchbacks and sedans, and they're all within a similar area in our lineup. So that's why we don't sell a ton of these. But a lot of people come in and say, I just really like the Kia Soul, but how can I get it in the most inexpensive way? And that's why we have this car here today. So let's just take a look at what we've got here. If I have enough internet on the home page here, we'll just look at, I think we do. All right, so let me just scroll down here. Here's the Kia Soul. Car Guide calls it the Best Buy new SUV of the year. And the Best Buy new SUV is because this is an SUV. And that's why a lot of people don't want to go maybe Forte. They want to stay with the Soul. We're going to talk about some of the advantages of the Soul over something like the Forte. Because there is a slight price jump to get to this base model from the Forte. So let me just jump over here. We're going to go to models right here, and we'll show you where we are in the model lineup. LX is here. Not a hugely popular car. A lot of people go to the EX. EX on up is where you're going to see a lot of the inventory on dealer lots. And the reason is simply because a lot of people find that this is a good base level car, and they sort of move up from there. We'll go over one more. You go EX Plus, EX Premium, then you go GT line Limited, which of course we're still having internet issues here, and you go further, that's about it. So they've changed for 2021 the top line models a little bit. There's no EX Luxury anymore. And then of course you can also go to a full EV version, electric vehicle version. So you could basically start at 21,000, what do we say, 21 something. 195, you can move right up to over $50,000 in a Kia Soul if you get an EV. So one of the reasons I want to point this car out is I find that a lot of people will go to another dealer they'll go get their base models or they'll hit something price competitive, and then they'll say, yeah, the car just kind of feels cheapy and chintzy inside. And the nice thing about the entry level Kia Soul is it still feels like a substantial vehicle. It drives over bumps nicely, it rides really well. It's not built cheap, it just has a few less features and options. Now, that being said, if you're moving from an older vehicle, and I'm saying something 3, 4, 5 years old, you probably will find that this has all the same features as your current car and probably a few more. So, we're going to talk about what those features are. So in the next 25 minutes or so, and probably no longer, we're going to go take a look at this car. We're going to look at the outside. We're going to look at the trunk space. We're going to see how the flexibility in the 2021 model compares to some of the previous Souls. We're going to look at the rear seat space, which is a huge benefit on the Soul. We're going to sit in the front seat. We're going to talk about visibility. We're going to talk about Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and the technology in this car. And that's sort of where we're headed. And if you have questions, feel free to let me know. And if you're not watching live with us, you can also join us after. You can just write in the comment section and let me know if you want to see more entry-level models, base level models, and that's what we'll do. So let's start here on the outside. Now, the Kia Soul can be had with as much as 18-inch wheels. Now, what that is the, let's call it the steel part, even though this is a wheel cover, that would be bigger. So the diameter of the wheel would be the same, but you would have less sidewall of the tire and more metal. Now, what they do that for is two reasons. On the Soul, it's primarily looks. On some sports cars, it makes for a little bit better cornering and handling ability. What a lot of people like about bigger sidewall is a lot of our snow tires, we leave a lot of sidewall on the car. So we'll actually downsize your 18-inch rims to something like this to give you a little more sidewall to help with the sort of bump absorption, especially when there's a lot of ice and bumps on the road. You have those 16-inch tires here. Now, why does that matter? Basically, they're less expensive. So if you're buying this car, if you're replacing the tires on this car, you're going to save some money in tire replacement because they are less expensive. The other nice thing is when you throw your winter tires on, you can throw these wheel covers on and you have the exact same look summertime or wintertime. And that's just something that's, I think, is kind of cool. The other thing you're getting in this car is you're not downsizing to a base level engine or anything like that. You have the same motor, same engine and transmission as you have in all the other Kia Souls. It's also in this Kia Forte. It's also in the Kia Seltos. And the Kia Seltos is going to be an award-winning vehicle this year. When vehicles come out in their first year, that's when they're eligible for the most amount of awards. Guaranteed, the Seltos will win awards, and it's going to win awards with this engine and this transmission. So you have 147 horsepower, 2-liter engine, and paired to our IVT transmission, which basically that 147 horsepower, you'll notice is down from some of the 2019 and previous cars' horsepower numbers, but it's actually going to be quicker 0 to 100 kilometers an hour because of that new IVT transmission. And any vehicle we have with that IVT transmission is really there for fuel efficiency. So you get a little bit better performance out of it, and you get great fuel efficiency. And I'm able to beat the fuel efficiency from the window sticker on anything with an IVT transmission. So let's take a look at what you're getting here. You can see it says 8.5 and 7.0. Well, this car is sitting at around 6.5 the last I saw it. And I could drive this car at that. So you're going to get great fuel efficiency in a crossover. This is not really a small car as much as a small crossover. We'll talk about that in a second. Taking a look at the front of the car, you're going to see a little bit of different look here. You're going to lose that LED light that is so familiar to a lot of people. It kind of comes along here and in a lot of the other Kia Souls. Now, that is in the higher trim levels. You don't have that here. You also don't, your headlights are down here. So sometimes we have signal lights down here and we have LED lighting up here. On this car, you have, that might be your daytime running light right there, actually, and your signal lights here. On some of the higher trim level, the EX, you have a projector beam headlight here, at least you did for 2020, and then your signal light was all the way along here. This actually may be your daytime running light here. Let's just turn the lights on for a second so we can get a better look at what we're seeing. I'll show you the inside in a minute. I think I'm sitting on a sticker, which is awesome, which means it'll be stuck to me. Oh, it's not stuck to me. All right, we're good. Okay, so let's turn the headlights to on, cars on, and we'll show you what we've got for lighting out front here. So that, I believe, is your daytime running light now, and that down there is your headlight. Traditional style headlight. You can see it's not those sharp cutoff ones like you have on the on a lot of our cars with the projector beam lights. They have that real sharp cutoff. You can see how it sort of gradually comes light here. Now that's not a problem. You still have plenty of light, but again, there is a reason we upgrade. But this is probably very similar to what you have in your current car. And a lot of the higher trims, they have signals along here. As you move in the higher trim Kia Soul, it has a totally different face. You have signals and fog lights down there. You have LED headlights across here, and you have a little thin line across the bottom that is a daytime running light. But this is the lights and the face on this car. You still have a pretty nice looking grille. A lot of time they would shy away on older cars from having painted bumpers on the entry level cars. You still have all that painted bumper. You have nice aluminum look trim around here, same as our higher trim cars. So you don't get a real base level look. You do have a different face though, with headlights down here instead of up here, and that's how that looks. Real quickly, 20 people are watching. 9 people have said, hey, this guy deserves a like, a thumbs up. If you want to hit that like button for me, it's the only thing I ask. My boss pays me. You guys pay me in likes. So that just helps me know that I'm engaging with you and just lets me feel good. Let's be honest. It also helps us with our YouTube channel. So coming across here, some of our higher Kia Souls do have signal lights in the mirrors. This one will not, and that's okay by me. Body color door handles here. No roof racks on any Kia Souls anymore. So, of course, you can get accessory rails, but that is all about fuel efficiency. They've smoothed out the roof for you. Some of our Souls have LED lighting across the back, and those are often the ones I pull in here. So this is a good look at the lighting on the rear of this car. You will have an LED stop lamp in the center right up there, but just traditional lighting. And they didn't cheap out here and put only some lights here. They brought it all the way around into the deck lid there. You've got your reverse lights in underneath here, and your signal lights there, some reflectors down low. And again, painted bumpers, the non-painted part comes up. Now, if you're the kind of person who parks by feel, I'm not saying you're going to do that, but maybe this is your first car, or maybe it's your first new car. And sometimes you get a little close. Now, there's no reason to. You've got a backup camera in this car. But these bumpers here, if you nudge something gently, you don't have to repaint them. So that's something to keep in mind. It's still got that painted look down there, but it's got that touch point there where it is something that's a little bit more durable. Something to keep in mind. All right, those of you who don't follow me regularly, that is my teddy bear. The reason I have teddy bear is because I show trunk space. And somebody complimented me the other day. They said, dealers don't usually show trunk space. And I thought, why wouldn't you want to do that? This is one of the big benefits of the Kia Soul. Big square opening. And again, this is really an SUV, a crossover. So I'm just going to take these mats out of here for a second. The big benefit of the Soul is if your dishwasher breaks down and you need to go buy a new one from the home improvement store, I would go to Lowe's, but that's just because those of you that really know me understand that joke. What happens here is you can fold these seats down and you can fit a lot of big things in here. It's just a huge square opening, no real intrusions, no nothing there. Now, what's cool about 2020 and 2021 is you've got some tie downs here. In the 2019 and previous Kia Soul, you had underfloor storage. In this Kia Soul, you have a spare tire there, but no styrofoam blocks underneath there. And what that does is it allows you to lower the floor like that. And I've lowered it a significant amount. Like you can see, there's my hand there, the whole hand length there. And that gives you significantly more depth. Now, why would we want the higher load floor and the lower load floor? Simply because if you fold these seats down now, there's going to be a step up to those seats. Whereas if you had it in a higher position, you can slide something straight across. My wife tells me in my Kia Soul EV that she really likes this down here lowered because when she goes grocery shopping, it gives her, one, a little bit more space, but two, it also keeps things from rolling out. We have a spot on our driveway we can park on a hill, and if you do that, things can roll out, and that can get messy and a pain. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw Teddy Bear in here. Those of you who don't watch me, the reason I throw Teddy Bear in is because a lot of my videos, I have Teddy Bear in here, and you can compare the size of one trunk to another trunk by looking at it. Now, if I was to fill the screen on a Telluride, it would look the same size. But because you've got Teddy Bear in there, you can kind of see how he looks. Teddy Bear is a very, very large bear. So if he looks a little crowded, he's not. He's quite comfortable in there. And he's a friend of our channel here. But you can see he's pretty comfortable in there. He has plenty of room. And again, you've got a lot of height above him. So if you're a camper or something like me, you can stack a lot of things up in this car. And especially if you're not taking anybody in the back seat, you fold the seats down, you've got more space than a lot of larger SUVs as well. So we're going to pull him out of here. Now, somebody said to me the other day, and I'm going to take a risk, and my boss is sitting right behind here. We've got the doors open today, so he can hear everything I'm saying. Somebody said they don't think this is very strong, and they said if you were to stick a person on there, it would break. We're talking about the floor here. So let's do that. If I break this, my boss is going to have to pay for it because I'm totally not doing it. But here I am in the trunk with it in a higher position, so it's not supported. It's not comfortable down here, but I'm sitting on the floor. Not a great look, but I'm just saying somebody in the comment section tried to tell me that this was not, oops, let me just flip that around. They tried to tell me that this was not a very strong floor, and they said you would have to have it in the lower position to hold anything of any weight. So I am brushing up against 180 pounds, and I just sat on that floor. I didn't damage it at all. Of course, if I lowered it down, I would have more space, and if you're going to sneak a person into somewhere, you would lower it down to give them some more comfort. But the point is, that's strong. That works. So there we go. Yeah, I just hopped in the trunk for you guys. That does deserve some likes. You're right. Yeah, I have some creepy customers that are saying if you want to hide a body, that's a good place to do it. Sure, okay. These are my people. All right, so there we go. The floor is strong. We all got that. Exactly. Hit that like button. I just jumped in the trunk for you guys. All right, back here is one of the real key reasons to buy a Kia Soul. It's the reason I bought my Kia Soul. The rear seat space is, let me just show you this car one more time from this side. When you look at the average sedan, you've got a fairly long hood, you've got the passenger compartment, and then you've got a fairly long trunk. This is a short vehicle that gives you a lot of trunk space, as you saw. But the thing that the Soul has always done well is it's prioritized rear seat space over maximum trunk space. The thinking is you're more likely to carry a bunch of people around than you are to carry a ton of stuff. If you want a bit bigger rear end and you want to get the same, if you want a bit bigger rear end, there we go. This is going well. If you want a bit bigger trunk, and you want the same motor, same transmission, go with the Deltos. It's got a little bit longer floor. It's got a little bit more cubic feet of space. But this car is very small and still has a huge rear seat. So I'm going to flip the camera around. You can see how easy it is to get in. A couple little things going on here. You do not have to get down into this car. You get into this car. You jump straight in. I'm about 6 feet tall. I mean, there's just tons and tons of space. Like you can fit a 6'6" person back here. But I know what you're thinking. What about leg space? Well, this seat can move forward from where I am. Tons of leg space. And the other thing is, speaking of legs, my legs are on the seat the whole way here. So you are very comfortable back here, even in this LX model. You can take your, friends around. You can take 5 people comfortably, and that's for a longer trip included. So that's a real good reason to buy the Soul. And even in this base LX model, you've got good padding, good comfort. So again, on the armrest here, that's a padded armrest there. So it's not, hard plastic, which you would get in something like the Kia Sportage, which would cost you more. So passenger comfort, Soul's always prioritized that. And even in this LX model, tons of space and good visibility outside of this car as well. You got big windows. So let's jump back out again. I'm just going to flip it around. Let's jump to the front seat now. All right, car's still on. Here's what we've got in the front seat. Now, again, in a sedan, this seat's significantly lower. The other thing is, if you look at the lines here, this is a very squared off, large opening for the door. And a lot of our sedans, or any sedan, this pillar here is going to come along here. It makes it a little bit tighter to get in and out of, and it affects visibility. The other thing is, again, that Soul seat is high. I can raise it even higher again. So let me just show you what I can do with this. This is always a fun test that I like to do. I easily got in the car. I've set it to a height, not any height, but just a height. You can see, again, 6 feet tall, tons of space up here. And what I can do from here, I'll try to give you the same view in the camera as I have from here. Let me just go right to, yeah, that's where it is. There's the corner of the car. There's the corner of the car. Not many cars can you see the front corner. And let's take a look at the backside. You can see out the windows there. Now, again, when I'm looking out the windows, let me just flip this around here. Ooh, that's a little too close to me. If I hold this where my eyes are, there's your visibility. You've got the headrest placed in the right spot. You've got really good visibility out of this car. Now, the back, pretty good, not perfect, but you have a backup camera that's going to help you with that. So really, really good visibility. And I want to show you these pillars here. Remember I said they used to come like this? So let's try to look at the front again. A pillar that goes like this. Now this is skewed. It looks like it's way closer to me in the video. But in a car, it'll come along here and it takes up more of your view, where this is more upright than towards me. So I don't know if that makes sense. It gives you great visibility. That's a huge thing with the Kia Soul. Now, let's have some fun. This is one of my favorite tests to do. All right, I'm in the middle of the seat position. These seats can be raised and lowered. So here we are. We're raising it. We're pumping it higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. Again, I'm about 6 feet tall. If you are short, I can raise it to the top position. I mean, I feel like I can see right in front of the bumper of the car. But I still don't hit my head, but I'm very, very tall up here. So let me just show you. I'm looking down on the dash. I'll try to give you a similar view to me. That's kind of my view from here. I'm looking way down at the dash. So I can sit super tall and super high in this car. So if you're a shorter person, you have that advantage. Now, again, how much space is up here? Not a whole lot. Let's go down. Going down and down and down and down and down. This is what you pay the big bucks for in a base level car. I'm going to continue to lower it down because there's a lot of height difference. So if you are a much taller person than me, now I'm all the way down. And I've got, I mean, if I was I'm 6 feet, I probably have 6 inches of space above me. And that all of that height would have to be just from my torso because my legs don't include that. So if I'm 6'8", no problem. I'm still not on the ceiling. You can fit anybody in a Kia Soul. And even on this base model, you have tilt and telescopic steering wheel, which means you can bring it closer to you and up and down. Take a look at the dash here. Remember I said 6.5 liters per 100 kilometers? Yeah, no problem. We've got that. One thing you do have is a little bit of more of a simpler design here. I'm zooming in. No cruise control on this particular model. So again, if you want cruise control, you got to step up one trim. But that simplifies everything here. You've got that menu control there. Anyone, can someone get in touch with Shaquille? Yeah, give Shaquille a call. Tell him Peter wants him in his Brantford Kia videos. Shaq and I go back a long time. He doesn't know that, but I have a long history with Shaq, and so certainly if he wants to come into Brantford Kia video, he's totally welcome to do that. We'll throw him in the back seat. All right, put Teddy in the back seat. I can do that. Left side tack, right side speedometer. This is the same dash you're going to have in. Somebody was complaining about lines the other day. There we go. There we go. So this is the same dash you're going to have in a lot of our higher end vehicles. One thing you may not expect in here is tire pressure monitoring. Even though we have a spare tire, you get tire pressure monitoring in this car. And what kind of buyer is this for? We'll talk about that closer to the end of this video. We're getting there, I promise. Tire pressure monitoring is not something that a lot of people expect. I think it's a really good thing. It avoids blowouts. You can keep an eye on your tire pressures. It's hugely helpful. That's pretty cool. Now, moving over here, this is pretty cool. 7-inch screen. It has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So you have the ability to throw your phone, connect it to the USB port, and throw a whole bunch of your apps up here. The most useful one is your Google Maps or your Apple Maps. You are able to bring your navigation right to this screen, even in a base level car. So you're doing skip the dishes, you're your pizza delivery guy, whatever you are, you can buy this car, you can find your way around town quickly, you can make some cash, and you've got tons of room to take everything you need. So pretty cool for that. Is there a manual Soul available? There is not in Canada this year. Coming down here, air conditioning, you betcha. Of course it is. Air conditioning right there. Climate control system, simple, easy to use. On the higher level Souls, this is a charge pad. On this Soul right here, it is simply a place to put your phone. It's out of the way. It's kind of good. Higher level Souls have a little bit of a rubber padding here. Here, you're going to need a nice rubber phone grip, which, let's face it, we all have phone cases on, so it's not the end of the world. Only rich people don't carry phone cases because they can afford to replace the phones. All right, that's my theory. Over down here, two 12-volt ports and a USB port in the middle. So lots of ways to charge your area. This one down here is a nice rubber pad, so you can still put your phone down there if you wanted to right there. Automatic transmission. Again, this is an IVT transmission. If you were to shift it here, you can shift it between 8 different ratios, and you can just leave it in drive, let it do its thing. Don't forget, heated seats. You betcha. Even though it's an entry-level car, you have heated seats. You also have drive modes. Every Kia Soul has normal and sport as the only drive modes, and you have that as well. So let me just scroll back over here. I think I'm zoomed out. Yeah. One thing that I like in this car that they should have done in my Kia Soul, I don't know if you can see the color. I have a Kia Soul EV. It prices out just over $40,000. Government discounts can change that a little bit. But I have white panels here. These are silver panels. The silver ones look better. This still looks like a high-end car. And again, I mentioned padding right over here on the armrest there. A lot of inexpensive cars don't have that. Tim, our general manager, is driving a GM full-size pickup truck. He does not have height-adjustable seat belts. In this car, height-adjustable seat belts are important because keep in mind, remember that huge height adjustment in the seat? Whether you're short or tall, you want that seat belt to be comfortable and be at the right level for where you are, and you get that here. One thing that I have a complaint about in the Kia Seltos and in the Kia K5, they got rid of the sunglasses holder. You do have that in the Soul here. They don't have that in the Seltos or in the Kia K5 anymore, which is something that I feel like was a missed opportunity. Over here, you've got your mirrors here. Ooh, still got some plastic up there. We're not going to show you what I look like. But what's cool is these lights can turn on, and when I just shut this, they turn off. So you can shut that visor, turn them off. You can cover these up if you want. So that's pretty cool. Automatic headlights is what you would expect from Kia. And of course, you have automatic headlights right there. And you also have intermittent wipers right there. So there we go. If you buy this exact sole, will you get a free picture with Peter? Sure, you can get a free picture with me. I don't think that's quite the sales pitch that you think it is. Power windows, power locks are over here as well. They're also, you can lock out your, this is a little dirty here. You can lock out your rear windows with that. And the other thing that's kind of cool is the windows are already tinted in this car. So again, front windows in Canada, we don't tint them from the factory on any car, but all the rear windows are tinted. So you don't have to do that. Even on the entry level car, you have that. Cool little thing. If you got those rear windows locked, you may have children, and that may be a feature you're interested in. There's also a little reminder here. If you are a new parent, sometimes we put our kids in the back, we head off to work, and oh yeah, the kids are there. It has a little rear seat reminder. You can set that up to just ding ding in the dash, and it just reminds you, hey, let's check the rear seats. And then you can sit there, and if you have your kid with you, you're like, that's right, my kid's with me today. So just a nice little safety feature in there as well. Now, here's the thing. We talked about entry level cars. So why do you want to buy this instead of something like a used car? First of all, you can get this car with a full warranty. There's all the benefits of having a new car. It drives nicer than a used car. They've really improved the high strength steel in this car, both for crash safety and for drivability. The amount of high strength steel Kia uses in their cars is unparalleled. We can talk about that in another video. A biweekly payment on this car right now is about $132 a month. That would go for 84 months. However, if you are just payment shopping and you want a new car, the car I'm going to bring in here tomorrow is $111 over 84 months. This one's 132. This is biweekly payments. So the Forte right now, the 2020s on clear out. We've got a ton of them in stock. This video was primarily to show you the 2021 LX model. If you are payment shopping, you can do a little better right now by looking at a Forte instead of the Soul. Personally, I'm a huge fan of the Soul. I know some of you asked, I wish it was available with all-wheel drive. That's what the Kia Seltos is. The Kia Seltos are the two blue ones over there. That is essentially a Soul all-wheel drive. It's got the same engine, same transmission, a little bit more space. They're available with all-wheel drive. It's going to give you a lot of the same features and options as a Soul, so that's something to keep in mind. Let me just jump to your questions real quick, and then we'll wrap this video up. What do we got? Da, 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 da. You guys will have to tell me if there's anything I'm missing. Sunglass holder we talked about. If you buy this exact Soul, you get a free picture of Peter. Yeah, that's not exactly something people are looking for, but here we go. Manual transmission. Some people outside here have it. The design of the Soul you guys like. Soul is way cooler. The Soul is pretty cool. Seltos SX at night. Yeah, we're gonna do a Seltos SX at night. Actually, that gray one over there is the Seltos SX we're gonna do at night. Where is it? I can't find it in my camera. Beside the Stinger. There we go. That one right there. We're gonna do that at night this week. I was gonna come back yesterday and do it, but the car wasn't peeled, and I ran out of time to come back in the evenings. Is there anything else that you guys asked that I missed that you think I should cover? I know there's some couple questions. You guys are asking for likes, and I appreciate that. 27 people on right now looking at a base model car. 19 of you have said likes. So just so you guys know, between 150 and 170 people often watch this video. There's some likes to be had out there, is I guess what I'm saying. If you guys want to hit the like on the video, that would be great. Is there a version that can control the height automatically instead of the pump? Yeah, there is a powered seat in this car. Not the base level, of course. You can move up to the higher trim levels. Off the top of my head, I believe it's an EX Plus. I have to just double check. Again, sometimes when I do a live video, I get a little fuzzy on the exact models that have the exact features. My Kia Soul EV has the power seat, so you can raise and lower the seat on the power seat. If you guys want to call Shaq, I'm just going through the comments here. Yep, definitely call Shaq. We'll throw him in here. Big fan of Shaq. All right. You guys are talking about putting stuff in the Soul. Don't know. All right. Is there anything I missed? I'm scrolling back down the bottom. If there's something I missed, if my regulars want to copy and paste that question in there, I'd be happy to deal with that. If not, I think we're going to keep this one a little shorter. Tomorrow, I will jump. Oh, fuel tank capacity, I believe, is 50 liters. But that's a good question. So let me just check the specs. Let's see if I'm right. You guys always test me on these. Oops. Capacities. Oh. All right. Fuel tank capacity, I guessed 50 liters. Oh, totally off. 54 liters. This is what happens when you drive electric Kia Soul. You don't worry about fuel tank capacity. So 54 liters on the Kia Soul. This is probably one of the lightest versions of the Soul, so it's going to stretch that fuel a little further than some of the other ones, and that's helpful. Inside lights are LED. No, the inside lights on the ceiling are not LED. It is front wheel drive. It's not all wheel drive. And Teddy is in the back seat. Oh yeah, you guys want to see Teddy in the back seat? So let's throw him in there. Teddy's a not really human proportions. He's kind of like a Barbie doll. His legs are a little bit out of whack compared to his body, but he's a large fella. And my daughter was here yesterday, and she had seen Teddy on the video, but she has not seen Teddy in real life, and she was a little impressed with the size of Teddy. He's not small. All right, Teddy in the back seat, larger fella. I don't know if that's going to help anybody at all, but there he is. Doesn't he look happy in there? So again, Teddy was in the trunk, and he's a full sizer. He's not a little dinky teddy bear, so that was fun. Recommend taking a test drive. I really like the Soul. Yeah, so the one thing I want to say, Hyundai has what's called the Hyundai Venue. We were super concerned when Hyundai came out with the Venue because we're like, oh no, that's going to affect our Soul sales. I can tell you right now, the Hyundai Venue will not affect our Soul sales. If you like the Hyundai Venue, come drive a Kia Soul. That's the only sales pitch I need. We do not lose sales to the Hyundai Venue. This is a better car by a lot. So there are little cars out there that maybe look like they're inexpensive or a little bit less expensive. Drive a Soul, you're going to like that quite a bit. All right, I think we're going to leave it right there, guys. Tomorrow we'll get the Forte in there, the 2020 Forte, so not 2021. We want to talk about value. If you're looking for price shopping a car, that is by far the best deal we have right now. It'll be 111 bi-weekly. This one will be 132 bi-weekly. So there's some savings to be had by looking at a different vehicle. We'll talk about the pros and cons of that. Yeah, we also have the best warranties is what they're saying, so great warranties there. And there we go. We're going to wrap it up there. If there's still a like to be had out there, feel free to hit that like. I could love to earn your subscription. Like I said, we're doing these videos for you. So if you want to see a base model car, no problem. I'll do it, and we'll spend more time on it than anybody else will. We'll spend that time. So I appreciate all of you, and we will see you again tomorrow.